Welcome to the Coalition of Scrubs, and yes, that was all of our collective natural voices singing.
I'm the man, I got the plan. When it hits the fan, do all I can, do all I can.
Hey guys, Christian the Havre Card Man here, coming back at you with another video today. We're actually going to be starting the first installment of my sealed only series. I haven't quite fully decided on a name from this. It's probably going to be like From Cogs to Mech or something like that, but today we're going to be starting our sealed only Machina deck build. So I do have some stuff with me today. Give me just a second here. So I've got, let me refocus. So I've got a couple of different packages here containing some different stuff to start off this sealed only challenge. I'll go and throw them down here. They're just kind of the big old packages. I'm just going to hide the shipping label so you guys don't see all that information. But and then we also got a pack of Dragon Shield sleeves here. Totally not sponsored, but Dragon Shield, if you're seeing this, please sponsor me. Love your sleeves. They're perfect. So anyways, today we're going to be doing my Machina deck build, and as I am opening this stuff and getting it ready to show you guys, I'm going to go over some of the rules of this challenge because I do plan on doing it differently than a normal sealed only challenge. So a standard sealed only challenge, you can just only buy sealed product to build a deck out of. And sometimes there's like a weekly budget, or you know, like sometimes people change the amounts that they're allowed to spend on it, or how much they can get per week, or whatever, however they want to do it. For this challenge, I'm actually going to change it up a little bit because I am a seller on TCG Player at level 4. Speaking of which, if you haven't yet, go check out my store. I'll have the link down in the description of all my videos for you guys to go check out, shop some singles. Soon enough, I'll start selling some sealed products, so it's going to be super dope. But anyways, with this challenge, I want to have a starting budget. My starting budget for this deck is $100. Actually, no, it was $150. The starting budget was $150. I figured it'd be fair. Since most decks on average I spend about $200 on like singles, so I figured $150 was a good solid range. And the thing is, I get that budget, and it will fluctuate because I can purchase these sealed products like structure decks, core sets, you name it, all this different stuff. But I can also resell things that I don't plan on using, and that will be able to add value back to my budget. So whatever I spend, I have a chance to make back and even make more. So the challenge ends either when I feel the deck is completely finished or when I run out of budget. So that is kind of how this is going to work here. I'm still working on opening these boxes. I'm sorry I didn't do this ahead of time because I thought it'd be more fun to do on camera while I was explaining the rules, but that's kind of my little twist on the sealed only challenge. It's going to be a little bit of a sealed only / market watch type deal, where we just got to be really careful with our money and make sure that we're investing in the right things and that we're not spending money on the wrong things. And this way my fiance doesn't have to get mad at me for blowing a bunch of money on Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I'm at least making it back. So, opening up here, we will start today. We did use about $70 of our initial budget, so that's a good start to it, because we'll be able to build most of the core of the deck today, and then we'll also hopefully be able to get a few singles that we really like that'll help the deck, and then others that we can sell. That is kind of the ultimate plan for today. So we are going to be opening 3 boxes of the Mechanized Madness structure deck, just pretty much essentially building a Machina deck. And I'm sorry about this camera angle down here, it's kind of weird. I'm still trying to work on this whole setup. I haven't really filmed in this position yet, so this is entirely new for me, and this is the first time on this channel I've had to use both cameras, so it's a little bit different. I'm not used to it. So just open up the last box here. So alongside of the Mechanized Madness structure deck here, we'll also be opening up another product, which is, if I can get it out here, we'll also be opening up 2 2020 Megatins because this has a ton of cards in here that will provide a bunch of value to this deck and will give us ultimately, hopefully, a few things that we need for the deck as well as some more items to sell. So we'll go ahead and set those off to the side for now. We're going to work on our structure decks here first. Alright, so getting our structure decks open here first because, like I said, this is how we're going to build the core of our deck, and then everything else after this will be good to help bolster the strategy, seeing as the structure deck doesn't even come with an extra deck, so that'll be fun in and of itself to figure out. And I was thinking of other decks to do this challenge with, and my initial thought was, well, Sky Striker was the first one because that's what you guys voted on the poll that I had a while ago, and once I realized that wasn't really all that feasible, I kind of scrapped that idea. My other thought was doing, because I've seen plenty of hero ones, I've seen plenty of Salamangreat ones. I was thinking about doing a Shaddoll one, I've seen quite a bit of those too, and honestly, Shaddoll is super easy to build. I figured Machina is a really interesting one to kind of build around and play around with, because you can play so many different variants of the deck too. Like, I can get into Cyber Dragon variants, I can get into Orcust variants. it's so easy to do so many different variations of Machina. And the reason we got the 2020 Megatins is because we're looking for a lot of Infinitrack cards, because they really do a lot to help out this mostly Earth machine strategy here. So I got my 3 structure decks open here. We'll go ahead and actually unpackage them. I'm sure you guys have probably seen these before. They've been out for a few months now, and they're actually super good. I've built already, I have it like an actual Machina deck right now, but probably not to the same degree that I really want it built. So we'll go ahead and open up all 3 of my structure decks here. And if you guys like this series and you think you want to see more of it, let me know down in the comments. I definitely plan to have this one go for as long as I can. But if I end up running out on this one, I would be okay with looking for another series to do. I'm sorry, my camera is being all weird. So if there's any other decks you guys want to see, preferably one that's sealed. I did think about doing dinos, but at the same time, that one's just too basic and too easy. So I didn't really want to go that route. But if there's any, I might pick up like the Dragoonities when those come out. I might try to do a Dragoonity sealed only. That could be a lot of fun. Spirit Charmers would be interesting, but they're going to be a little bit tough because they're not a very good deck. So let's go ahead and get building this today. So we're going to look at some ratios here. I think I'm only going to play 2 Machina Citadel, to be quite honest. Like I think 2 is going to be more than enough. Same with the Machina Possessed Storage. We'll just stick with those 2. Now the Air Raiders I really want to max out on, so I'm going to run that at 3. Same thing with the Machina Redeployment up here next. Need 3 of those hands down. So the unauthorized reactivation we don't need right now because we don't have the stuff that we need for it, but we are going to hold on to these because we can make needle fiber combo in this deck. So I'm going to hold on to these. I'm going to save them off to the side for a later date. And we do have 3 Machina Irradiators, and I will leave these cards like in a pool so I can have them for this deck when we feel we need to swap things out. Like say we get cards later down the line that some of the cards we put away actually could be really useful for us, so I'm going to hold on to them for that reason. So I'm actually going to organize these out a little bit more properly here. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm just making sure that we got our monsters, spells, and traps, everything set up separately here. So we're only going to run the 1 Machina Fortress, and we do also have 3 Machina Irradiator in here as well. We do need 3 Machina Gear Frame, 100% need 3 of those. Do not need the Peacekeeper, do not need the Force. We might run 1 Mega Form for now. We don't like need it, but it's good, I guess. It's good enough. We do not need Cannon, we do not need Soldier, do not need Sniper. We really don't need most of these, so we'll keep the Jizukiru. So we'll empty these out up to the Jizukiru, because Kaijus are always good, especially in a Dragoon-ridden format, and it's really not hard to get over a 3300 body. Definitely not with machines anyways, so we'll run the triple Kaiju package just to have Kaijus in the deck. If we can get better ones later on, we'll definitely swap them out. So I can't remember what this one is. Let me take a look at this again. Okay, so this guy definitely doesn't matter. The Snowplow Hustle Rustle does not matter. Doesn't do anything for us. Birdman, not really any value. He's a tuner, so we will hold on to that for later. But we definitely do not need him right now. Scrap Recycler, another good normal summon for the deck. We'll go ahead and leave him in there, which is totally fine. Torque Tune Gear is going to be the really important one that we need to save for later for the Needle Fiber combo, because this guy is actually super good, especially if you get a Union Driver and a Union Carrier. Then like Union Carrier is just an easy, completely consistent Needle Fiber combo. Like it's ridiculous. I hate how easy it is. The righty and lefty drivers, I'm kind of debating on that because once again, we don't have Needle Fiber, we don't really have any synchro combos. I'm not really sure why these guys are in here. I guess it was just to be able to summon extra machine bodies, but I really don't know on that one. I can't say for sure, but we will hold on to the righty and lefty drivers as well as the Deskbot 001, because when it comes to Needle Fiber combo, and the 003 of course, when it comes to Needle Fiber combo, these guys will be very important. So okay, so just for this version of the build, we will run the triple Machina Defense Perimeter. I don't run it in my normal build, but since this is like the starting version of the deck, we are probably going to need it to keep ourselves protected, and actually it will do a lot in the long run. So since we're focusing a lot of high-level main deck monsters, it'll just save us a ton of trouble. So the Machina Armored Unit, I'm not really going to worry about, because we got enough means to keep our board clear and to be able to do some crazy stuff. We don't need the Armored Unit. It's totally fine. Iron Call, So we will definitely run 2 Iron Call. They're decent extenders, but we're definitely not going to need 3 of. Once again, this is another card I don't run in my standard Machina build, so this is just going off of our sealed only. It'll be one of the first cards we swap out probably. Iron Draw, this is going to be a one of. Like, honestly, it's so situational. Magnet Reverse, I'm going to throw in 2 for now, but I might throw in the 3rd later once we start getting an extra deck, because then you can just special summon anything from the graveyard that you've special summoned from the extra deck normally. So say if we end up getting a Dingirsu later on, we can naturally make Dingirsu and then be able to revive it from the graveyard if we use it for link plays. So I do plan on using the Magnet Reverse. I absolutely love that card. Limited removal, yes, need at 3. This is going to be a lot of our playmakers. It's not only good for getting the OTK, it's also good with Machina Citadel for being able to clear an entire opponent's board. Like, there's no way that you're not going to be able to destroy an opponent's board with monsters that have over 6,000 attack. Like, the only thing that can be really protected is just something that can't be destroyed by card effects. If it can't be destroyed by card effects, then they're fine. But if it can be destroyed and there's no way it's got more than 6,000 attack. So Ties of the Brethren, no, just not happening, bro. Not happening. We'll run 2 Pot of Avarice just because we do go through a lot of monsters with Machinas, and we send a lot of them to the graveyard, so it's totally fine. Getting those extra resources, super nice. We do love having stuff in the graveyard too, though, so it is kind of a backlash in a sense, but we kind of need the resource recursion for later game. We will run all 3 Cosmic Cyclone, do kind of need that. And I'm probably over the 40 card limit by now, but we'll cut down as we go. So Supply Squad, garbage, do not need, absolutely gone. 3 Machina Overdrive all day, 100% requirement. Do not need Cyber Summon Blaster. I don't even know why this is a card. It's garbage. So that one's gone. Back to the front, yeah, we can run this. This will be a good 2 of, just because it just allows us to special summon from the graveyard during the opponent's turn. So that is good. I do know why there is 6, or like why there's 2 back to the fronts in here, just for the fact of Trap Trick, which we will run 2 of, just so we can kind of keep our trap game going. I think it'll be good to kind of play this as more of a control style game to start off with. Begone Knave, garbage. Solemn Strike, yes, we will throw in. So this is the start of our build here. We'll work on ratios real quick. This is just kind of like the start of our pool. So let me count up the cards here, and then we'll see what we're at, and then we'll try to trim down to 40. Alright, so currently as it is, we are in even 50 cards, so I'll just leave it at this for now, and then we'll work on trimming it down after we go through the Megatins, so we know what more our card pool looks like and what we actually need to cut and what we need to keep in, because those tins will dictate a lot. So I'm just going to leave this pile off to the side here. I'll leave it in frame just so you guys can see it. So we'll get this stuff out of the way here. Our extra card pool, I do have some 2020 Megatins that I plan to store these in, so actually I might just use the ones that we're opening right now. Alright, getting this in here just because I don't have any fingernails right now. I'm going to use my Leatherman here. I love this knife. Alright, opening up the tins. This is just going to be number 1, and then I'll pull up the second one here in a second. And honestly, can we just take a moment to appreciate how nice these tins look? Like, honestly, I was kind of worried about them at first, but they're so cool. And the lids being like flush with the tin, I think it was a really nice touch. Konami did an overall really good job with this product this year. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and that's why I opened up almost 2 cases on my own. So pulling it open here, get our 2 packs. We're just going to rip this out now because I know we're already going to need it for storage. So I'll actually just go ahead and throw these cards in here now so we know where they're at, and you guys can remind me later, because inevitably I will forget. Even though I should be labeling these, but it is what it is. Alright, so that's in there. Opening up our first 3 packs here. Let's see what we pull out of this. This is the first official like gamble of this video series. So let's see how it goes. So we're already opening up with a Guard Dragon Prometheus. Jelly Cannon, okay. World Chalice Guard Dragon Almarduke, I think is what it was. Monk the Tenyi, eh. Valkyrie Chariot, Dino Wrestler Rambachio, I don't know. Marincess Seahorse, so this is the first of our super rares. Stupid camera again. This card's probably not really going to sell for much. I'll go through and I'll calculate stuff at the end of the video so we can see what kind of money we make back. Witchcrafter Creation, another super rare, garbage. The IP Masquerena, this is the first one I pulled. I have opened 24 Megatins before this. This is the first IP Masquerena I've pulled ever. Like, I've never pulled an IP Masquerena before, so that's definitely going in the deck. We're 100% going to need that as we get more extra deck monsters, so we'll leave that there. We do have a Fusion Destiny, so that's okay. That's a good ultra rare. It's probably not really going to fetch a whole lot, but It is what it is. And then a Marincess Coral Anemone, once again, probably not going to fetch a lot of money, but it's there. It's penny stonks. So Subterra Guru, okay. Marincess Mandarin, yeah, just a few. Not really any cards that we need. Unfortunately, they didn't give us any Infinitracks out of that one. So I do appreciate how many cards there are in the Mega Packs, though. I do miss having the promos, but at least the pack sizes are pretty decent. So, alright, so Dino Wrestler again. Another Dino Wrestler. They just love giving us Dino Wrestlers when we need the Infinitracks. Chaos Betrayer. Desert Locust. I'll set off to the side because we might actually be able to play that later. I love being able to get the discard off of it and still being able to synchro past that. So if we end up getting a Borreload Savage, we're actually probably set. So then Gladiator Beast Charge. Valkyrie Urda as our first super for this one. Dances with Beasts is our second one. Then we get World Legacy Guard Dragon. That one will probably be able to sell for a little bit. Like, I think it's a couple bucks. So we'll put that up here in the for sale pile, right above our ultra rares. Wow, I cannot speak. So we might be able to get some money back on that one. And the Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops, I think I'm gonna put this one in the for sale for now, just because, yeah, it is really good, but I don't know how consistently we're gonna be able to pull out several Exceeds monsters. So I'll put that over here in the maybe pile for now. Like, that'll go down there. I'm not 100% sure on that one. If I see it's going for a decent amount, I might just try to sell it and get some money back so we can get some more to fuel this up. So, Successor Soul, I know that'll sell for $1 or $2, so that's not bad. White Howling is a good card. Unfortunately, will not fit in this strategy. I love the card, though. Witchcrafter, Tyrant. Okay, so we're still not getting, there's some Unchained stuff. Still not getting a single lick of the Infinitrack things, which really sucks, actually, because we need a lot of Infinitrack cards, like Anchor Drill. Oh, there's a few other ones. We just need Infinitrack cards. Like, that whole engine will help this deck a lot. So, more Dino Wrestler stuff, of course. Morphlog, Guard Dragon, Tenyi, Marincess, Apple of Enlightenment, and our first super rare is the Borreload X-Charge Dragon. Of course, that requires Dark Dragon monsters, so we can't play that, but it is a super rare that we can sell. Evil Eye Repose, another kind of garbage super rare. We got the Drago Berserker, the Tenyi. This is actually a good one. I almost prefer this over Borreload Savage just with where the deck is at right now, since we don't really have many Link monsters. Being able to have the Drago Berserker is good. I don't know how consistently we're going to be able to make it just because we have some odd levels, but we'll see how it goes. So, we got the Apollosa. Oh my god. Okay, so we got the IP and the Apollosa on the first Megaton. Like, this is golden. So that's 100% going the extra deck, because we can go IP, set up a Citadel, get a couple other monsters, and be able to go into an Apollosa after destroying our opponent's board. Like, it's good. It's good. And we got the Infinitrack Anchor Drill. Yes! Alright, so there's one of 3. We just need 2 more of those guys now, and we'll be set. The new Gordon, Empress of the Evil Eye. Okay, so there's another rare. And no, we did not get any common Infinitracks out of this one. But actually, this Crusher run might be able to help us. If we end up getting more cards for the Infinitrack stuff, this Crusher run will actually help us out quite a bit later. So we'll keep this one in mind, for sure. Alright, so that's it for tin number 1. There's more cards for storage. Let me go ahead and pull out number 2 here. Alright, I'm going to actually move these cards out of the way really quick. Our little penny stonks. I mean, we got 1 secret rare to sell, so overall it's not bad. We'll get a couple bucks from it. Definitely not making any sort of profit today. If we really get into an emergency, we can sell off part of our deck. Like, say we need to sell off that Apollosa or the IP. We can get away with doing that. I'd rather not, just because they are super good for the deck and they are super important. But at the same time, we could probably live without them. Camera, come on. The deck is impressive enough on its own, so we're not too worried about it. So we'll end up using both of these Megatons actually for storage throughout the series, because we'll accumulate a lot of cards. So we'll set this one aside for storage as well. We got 3 more Mega Packs to open here. Get right into it. All right. Set those down there for you guys to look at. These packs are also pretty too. Like, the 2020 Megatons in general were just awesome. So the packs will cooperate with BGs. All right. So Spiritual Entanglement, Marincess Battle Ocean, Tenyi, Infinitrack Tunneler. All right, already off to a good start there. And I will theoretically sell off some commons too if they end up being worth enough. But most likely these are all just going to be like pennies. So Infinitrack Tunneler though, we do need 100%. Guard Dragon Andark, Tiny Spirit Ashuna. Okay, Whitefish Salvage is our first super rare, and Overburst Dragon is our second. This will probably get a few pennies at least because it's rocket related. Neos Fusion is our secret rare. Not what I hoped for, but it will sell for $1 or $2 probably. It's nothing too crazy. Witchcrafter, Shimeta, okay, whatever. Evil Eye of Selene, so both of our ultra rares suck too. That's sad. Marincess Crystal Heart, another rare. Time Thief. Okay, so we got the Infinitrack Brutal Dozer. That's good too. We definitely could use him. And it looks like that's all of our Infinitrack stuff there, so we don't really need any more of those. Alright. I'm sorry that these episodes are going to be a little bit longer, but there's a lot of stuff to open, and then we got to do ratios at the end of it. So, sorry if you guys don't like that. I do have normal videos still coming out. This is just something I wanted to add for fun. So, Murmslaw, Guard Dragon, Apple of Enlightenment, Salamangreat, World Legacy. So we got an Unchained Soul of Anguish. Okay, sure, that might sell for a few pennies. And the Nightmare Incarnation Italy. This one I might actually consider just because if our opponent ends up popping off and there's just a bunch of Link arrows on field or a bunch of Link rating, we could potentially pop off and do a lot of damage with this. Since we're not playing a bunch of Link monsters right now, this might actually be good. So I'll throw it in the pile for now, and we'll see how that goes later. Unchained Abomination, yes, please. This goes so well with Machinas, and like if we end up getting a scrap engine later, it's over. Like Unchained is just great. No material, good hand trap for the format. I think I might actually play this just because, well, like I said, it is a good hand trap. So we have Infinitrack Riverstormer, good, definitely great to get some Infinitrack Exceeds monsters now because we can be using those later. Emperor Maju Garzette, okay, it's fine. Gladiator Beast, okay. Guard Dragon, a lot of Gladiator Beasts and Guard Dragon stuff. Crusher one, we'll take another one of those. That'll just be set to the side, we'll find it later. And then BES Blaster Cannon Core. This card's actually kind of damaged. I don't know if you can really see that all that well on the camera here. Oh, it's not going to focus, but because I don't have my autofocus on. But yeah, the corner's kind of dented there. That's a little sad. I don't think it's going to be useful to us anyways, so we're not even going to worry about that. So there's our common stack, and on to the very last pack of this video before we start actually building the deck and sleeving it up together. My camera is really just not liking me today. I'll fix that next time, guys. I don't know what's going on with that focus. Hi. There we go. The camera's figuring itself out. All right. Time Thief Flyback. Okay, that's fine. Ranryu. Draw Discharge. Neo Space Connector. Marincess Current. Princess Sea Angel. So we got a Murmrail Abyssalacia, I think. Another super rare. Evil Eye. Just the really sad stuff. Another Draco Berserker, the Tenyi. This guy will sell off. We don't really need more than one, so that's fine. Valkyrie again, and ooh, an Infinitrack Earth Slicer. Yes, we will take that one. That is a good boy. Chain Hole, okay, that's fine. Marincess Cascade, Madolche. Yeah, once again, nothing really too crazy for the rest of the packs there, so we definitely got a really good start to this deck. We're not going to be making a whole lot of money back on this one, but maybe we can end up investing in a box later and get some stonks back on that one. So we'll see. So we got a decent little stockpile here. Like I said, nothing too crazy. Let me go and pull out the rest of our rares and stuff here. All right, so we got a total of 3 secret rares. Let's see here how many ultras. So there's 3, got a total of 6 ultras to sell, and then a good chunk of supers, and then actually more supers than we do rares. I forgot there's only 1 rare per pack, but overall, I don't think this is a terrible haul. We might be able to get, like I said, some money back on this, but we're not getting the full 40 bucks of value back on this. So we still have roughly around that $80 range left to spend, plus whatever we get out of these. So hopefully we can make this challenge go on a little bit longer. I might open up some Eternity Code next, or maybe some Phantom Rage. We'll see how that goes. So let's go ahead and jump into the actual deck building part of this. Alright, so here we are with the deck. We'll go ahead and lay out our monsters here. So we have the currently 3 Scrap Recycler, 3 Jizakuru. I think I'm going to cut the Mega Form just because I know we need to cut out 10 cards. Gear Frame is a must. 1 Fortress is plenty fine. 2 Possess Storage, yes. We do need the 3 Aerator and 3 Irradiator just for consistency's sake, and 2 Citadel is perfect. So overall for monsters here, well, we need to throw in a no material. And then we can cut the Nightmare Incarnation Italy. We'll leave that like in the side deck maybe if we notice that our opponent's playing a Link heavy strategy. That could work. The Infinitrax, yes, we'll need to throw in. And that's it for like the main deck monsters. The rest is all extra deck, so that's easy enough to fit in. So we got 4 monsters to fit in here. We'll kind of take a look at the spells and traps and see what we can cut there. So the 3 Cosmic Cyclone, I think I'll just run 2 in main deck actually. So here, let me actually get these into a real pile. So I'm going to run 2 Cosmic Cyclone main deck. We'll leave 1 for the side. Actually, we might leave that no material for the side as well, just in case. 2 Pot of Avarice I think is pretty solid. Definitely want to have those in there. And then, of course, 3 limiter removals because we really want to be able to OTK with this deck. Magnet Reverse, I'm just going to cut that down to 1. I don't think we need all that. Iron Draw, we're just going to cut completely. Iron Call, probably same thing. This deck has enough recursiveness. I'm not really worried about it. And we will probably have to cut the defense parameter just because it's not really necessary. It's just good. It's helpful, but it's not necessary. So we do need the redeployments. It's our biggest searcher for the deck. Solemn Strikes I'll kind of debate about just because it is good to be able to negate in this format, especially special summons. We'll cut the 2 Trap Trick just because it is, I think 5 normal traps is fine. Like, we don't really need more than that. So back to front is a good extender for us. It's really good to be able to get stuff back during your opponent's turn. So I think I'm going to cut one of these back to the front and put them back in that second Magnet Reverse just because I prefer the Magnet Reverse being able to do it on either turn. So that'll probably be more handy. Alright, so we're just looking at things here, so let me count up the cards again and see where we're at without the Solemn Strikes. Alright, so without the Solemn Strikes, we are at 36 cards. So that leaves us exactly enough space. Well, I guess, okay, so we have room for these 3, which I'm almost thinking if I want to leave them out for right now. I guess the Brutal Dozer and the Anchor Drill are really going to be the useful ones right now. Tunneler is good because it can recycle us some materials, being like another Pot of Avarice. So in that case, I've already got 2 Pot of Avarice in here, so I'm going to drop one of them, and then we'll be able to throw in actually all 3 of these guys, and then still have room for 2 Solemn Strike. So we'll just cut one of those out. So I think 2 Solemn Strike with a back to the front and 3 Machina Overdrive. Overall, pretty solid. I think this is going to be a good version of the deck. So I'll go through like the actual deck list here in a minute after I sleeve it. And we already have a side deck started. So I might actually, I'll leave that 3rd Solemn Strike in this side deck as well. I think that's going to be good. I mean, yeah, we don't really need to throw anything else in the side for now other than, well, this guy. So, and of course, for the extra deck, you guys already know what the extra deck is. So the Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops, once again, very sorry about that. Not sure when my face cam decided to turn off, probably only for like a minute or 2, but I forgot it's got like a timer on how long it can go. So so for the extra deck, still debating on the Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops. That's still a maybe. So we're definitely running the Earth Slicer and the River Stormer for our Infinitrack Exceeds. And then we have Unchained Abomination, Apollosa, and IP for our links. And then a Draco Berserker, the Tenyi, and Desert Locusts. So I guess since we do have the Synchro monsters in here, it might almost be worth it to throw back in like just our righty and lefty drivers, because we can search for the Machina Fortress and that'll get us into a level 8 Synchro. I still don't know about the Desert Locust yet. We'll figure out a way to do that later. I'm just going to leave it in here for now though, so I don't forget it. So let me go and find out where I've left those righty and lefty drivers. That's right, I already forgot that we already have some cards stored in the tin here. Oops, hello, if I don't lose them all. So I think this will be a good enough excuse to be able to run the triple righty, I think it was righty driver. Yeah, you want triple righty driver and then 2 lefty, just because it will, the righty is your normal summon. So if we end up drawing into the Machina Fortress or redeployment with the righty driver, then we're pretty much set. So we'll throw those in. So that's 5 more cards. I mean, it's kind of hard to dedicate that kind of space, but we'll see how it goes. So we can do some level adjusting here, but I think I might cut the 3 Jizukiru just because that is 3300 body is going to be a little bit tough. And just for competing normal summons, I might take out the triple Scrap Recycler just because we do have a lot of, like I said, normal summons for the deck. So I don't want to get too corrupt with that. But I think the Scrap Recycler itself, even though it's from a structure deck, can sell for a couple bucks. So I might be able to make some money back on that. We'll see how that goes. So be able to throw that now. So we pulled out 3 Scrap Recycler and 3 Jizukiru, so that means we need to throw in 1 more card, which we'll just throw in that last Solemn Strike, just to be able to have the extra negation, because it is just that handy. Like, it, being able to stop a special summon is really handy. So alright, so there we go. Looks like that is the deck currently. We will go and roll with that. I'm going to start sleeving it, and that'll be it for today's video, guys. I'll have a tally probably here at the end of the video showing you guys how much we spent, doing a quick analysis of it, and then showing how much we'll be making back so that we can keep tabs on our budget so we know what's going on here. So actually, I might end up running these unauthorized reactivation later too, but like I said, we'll keep those to the side. We'll wait on those. I'm not going to worry about too much deck adjusting right now. And I will be doing some online testing with this deck later on, but that'll probably be a separate video so I don't make this one run on too long here. So Thank you guys for watching today. I really hope you enjoyed this sealed only. Like I said, the second part to this first episode will be coming a bit later with the online testing, so we can see where the deck is sitting and what kind of improvements we need to make. But I really enjoyed your guys' company. Thank you so much for joining me today. Once again, if you liked this, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below so I know you guys enjoyed it, and so I know to keep doing more of these. So thank you once again for your time today. I really appreciate all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Alright, so before we actually end this video today, guys, here are the numbers for episode 1 of the Machinas Sealed Only. And I just want to give you guys a heads up that this video was recorded in November, so a lot of these prices probably aren't actually current to like the card prices now. So if you're looking at these and wondering how we got that kind of value out of them, that's why. It was because this was literally 2 months ago now. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So we do have everything in here. We do have the 2020 Megatins and the Machina structure decks included in here for the price of the cost. That ended up putting us down to $82.80. But by the end of selling all of these cards here that we were actually able to pull out of these that had some value to them, which we've labeled everything so that we know what we actually have here in terms of value. You look at the side, we actually ended up getting back to $93.70. So we ended up making back $11 almost. So I mean, not the greatest pulls, but from all these penny stonks, like honestly overall it's not that bad. So this gives us some value to be able to work with some stuff and have some wiggle room. So I'm not sure what exactly we're going to invest in next, but if you want to find out, be sure to stick around for part 2. Alright, I'll see you guys then. Remember to have fun and make your move. Peace out.
I'm a love